We're good? Okay. All right. Well, again, you're nervous. Let's start with an easy question. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Kitana Corbett, and I'm from Heber.
See, Heber's awesome. You know, I lived in Heber, right? I tell you that?
Yeah, you did.
Heber is one of my favorite places.
I like Midway better, I think.
Well, it's because that's where all the money is at. You're going to get there. So tell me how old you are.
I'm 22.
22 years old. From Heber.
Yes.
Okay. How did you meet me?
YouTube.
So you did find me on YouTube?
I did.
Awesome. And what's the plan? Why are we talking right now?
Because my teeth are crap.
So your teeth are not what you want them to be.
Yes.
So you're having surgery. When is that? When are you doing surgery? I know the answer, but
here soon, the 17th or something. Yeah, 17th or.
Is it Monday?
It's a month.
It's Monday. Did you know that?
No.
So Monday is your surgery. So we're like 5 days out, and I just wanted to be able to interview you, to be able to get to know you better. I wanted to also go and do your smile design also.
I'm excited.
Now this is the third visit here, right?
Yes.
So the first visit, what did we do?
Consultation.
Consultation, CT. We sat and talked. You had your grandma with us.
Yes.
And I think she's here in the back. She's being shy today, right?
She didn't want to be filmed at all.
We turn the light on that too. So there we go. That's a little better. She's shy, and that's okay. You are too.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
I get it. I totally get it. And then you came back for a second visit.
Yeah.
That was a long one.
Oh my gosh, yes. I did nothing the whole time.
A lot of stuff's happening in the background. We're taking records, and we're basically putting all this together so we can make a plan.
Yeah.
And this is the third visit. And again, a lot of doctors, they'll just do one consultation, they go straight to surgery. I like to have a plan in place. And that's why we take a few extra steps. I tell people, for every step you take in preparation, you save yourself 3 or 4 steps after.
Yeah.
And so even though it may seem like, gosh, this is a lot.
It's not, though.
It's because of all that, like, I tell people, like, I want this experience once it's done to be amazing for you. I want you to be like, you know what? Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's going to be life-changing for sure, but I want the process to be as simple as possible. So we're doing what type of surgery?
Full mouth.
Full mouth. Is the word for it?
Is it all on 4?
All on 4, yes. And we're not going to get caught up on 4 being the number, because one thing that I'm really passionate about is we do what's right in the moment, meaning that because you're young. How old are you?
22.
22. We want to make sure we build a very strong foundation so that this lasts.
So last my whole life, hopefully.
I hope so. Yes, and we'll talk about that too, about how long this is going to last, what we expect. Remember, I told you all questions are good. Okay, so if you have questions that you might be afraid to ask me, put me on the spot in front of everybody. Because then people get to know me. Like you can tell a lot. Like I don't hide anything. I try to be as transparent as possible. I say this all the time, but if I ever fail as a doctor, usually it's not because I did anything wrong. It's because I didn't communicate well. Meaning, like, if someone leaves and they're like, gosh, I thought it was going to take an hour and it was 4. Right? That first visit when we took all that data, all the records, if we didn't communicate right and say, hey, listen, plan on being here for at least half a day, which I tell my staff all the time, because you want me to take as much time measuring, right, as possible. Yeah. And so much is happening in the front, but it's the back side. It's what's really special is because we are an office that does front and back, meaning we have a clinic on the front side and we have a lab on the back side. And so it's a juggle between both sides. And that's the magic, though. That's the magic. When a doctor owns a lab and actually does lab work, like you'll come in some days, I'll be like covered in dust because I've been in the lab. And a lot of doctors don't do that. It really doesn't make a lot of sense financially.
Oh my gosh, you have to go from one place to the next to the next.
Yes.
I've talked to many doctors and they all just want your money, honestly.
So tell me about that. You went to a lot of doctors. And so what was your experience? Like, what were some of the things that you noticed with other offices that kind of just turned you off? Oh my gosh,
they just rush you in, rush you out. And it's like, they didn't even ask me how I wanted my teeth, what color, nothing. They just were like, let's just do it. And then you have to go here. You have to wait this long to get your teeth. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I went to a few, quite a few.
Really? Good.
I was about to give up.
Did you feel like with every, you left a little frustrated? One thing I tell my patients all the time, I'm kind of a weird guy because I tell every consult to come in that they should go and see 2 more people. If I'm there first, I say, go see 2 more doctors and then pick between the 3 of us. Because here's the thing, it's like dating. If you marry the first person you come along with, even if they're the right person, you kind of second guess it. Like you get in your first bite, which, right, this is a relationship. Meaning like you may call in and be like, hey, I need to come in right now. And Christine might say, he's in surgery, he won't be done, so come in tomorrow. It's our first fight. But here's the thing is like you resolve those fights so easily if you've dated. It's like, you know what? If doctor has an issue or has something going on, I've been other places. I know he's good. He's got my best interest at heart. If he says it can wait till tomorrow, I know I can trust him. And so that's why I always say, so you went to lots of consultations. Did they give you different treatment plans? Was it all pretty much the same? Or did they all kind of resolve it with this type of treatment, or was there fillings and crowns, or the root canals?
Yeah, there's a mixture of all. Like one doctor said, oh, you could save 1 or 2 teeth, and then the rest of them were said, just get rid of them. And it was just ridiculous. And then it was like, you have to go here and pay this much money, and then you have to go here and here. And what's cool about you guys is you guys just do it all in one.
Yeah.
And you actually get to know the patients.
See,
so that's cool. They just don't.
That's what people don't understand is like I'd be careful because on YouTube there's a lot of mean commenters. People like that misjudge you and think that you're like some guy that all he cares about is money. Like to me, like it's sort of kind of sad because they don't know me. But patients that do come in the door and see me for the first time, I'm the same on camera as off camera. Like I told you before we started here, the reason I have to have a patient with me is because I'm like you. I get nervous if I just have the camera on me. I need someone to bounce ideas off of to make me think. And then if I hear the story, that's when I really start to get like impassioned. And I'm at my best when I'm like, I feel it in my heart. Like when I start to get to know you, I'm like, I really like this person. I want to solve her problems. His heart and his mind combined, and now like that's where the magic happens. Magic for you as far as creating smiles, but also magic as far as helping people understand. You ask good questions, I can bounce right back and help you, but also help other viewers out there that might be watching. So
yeah, I did not want to go live.
I know you're in.
Oh my gosh, I'm sweating.
Are you still? You look really relaxed more.
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Oh, you're cute though. So tell me here, as far as when you went to other doctors' offices and you had people give you different treatment plans, what was the thing that turned you off the most from these guys or girls?
They were asses.
Really?
They were so rude.
Really?
Because they just want to rush you in and rush you out the door.
So you felt rushed, like you didn't have a chance to communicate?
Yeah, and then they just would tell you, oh, it's going to be this much, and then
Give a price.
Yeah, and just get you out the door.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I hate that. I did not feel comfortable at all.
I think a lot of in the community of dentistry sometimes, like I used to not charge anything for consultations, and now I just recently switched to $50 for consultation. The reason I did that is to try to make sure I can screen people that are really serious. Because some doctors, they give free consultations away, and then a lot of people will schedule, but they don't show up. And when people show up, they're not really sincere. They're just kind of, and it happens quite a bit. So I think that some doctors can become jaded and be like, oh, I don't know if they're really serious. They don't put their heart into it. And so, but that's one thing. If there's one thing I think to describe myself would be I'm all heart. I'm more heart than I am anything else. And so, okay.
True.
Did you hear all on 4 through a doctor or through YouTube?
YouTube. I learned everything. I'm not even kidding. I seriously stayed up all night watching them.
So so let me ask you a question because I love that. You got excited there. Tell me why all on 4 versus other treatment plans? Meaning, because you could do single implants, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's options out there. Tell me why all on 4 in your opinion is better?
I don't think it'll hurt as much, honestly, and It's a lot cheaper for me.
So it's cheaper, yep.
I'm broke. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's a good fit for me. But awesome. I feel like everybody's probably different.
And you're right. Everybody is different. At least once a month or twice a month, I'll have people come in that are certain that they want all in four. They've researched it, and I tell them they're not great candidates, meaning that their teeth are so good that I recommend them, hey, go see a regular doctor for some crowns or some veneers because their teeth are amazing and they just want a new smile. All in four is more geared towards people where people want a new smile for sure, but their teeth are also at a point where investing in them is kind of a bad investment. And so let's talk about your teeth. When did your struggle start?
About a year ago. I guess genetics is what they said, and I am so good with my teeth. I had gorgeous teeth, and they just went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm not allowed to swear or
Okay.
nothing on YouTube.
I've been known to say a few words on Facebook and YouTube. No, be authentic. That's all that matters.
Okay.
So, what's the biggest inconvenience for you about your teeth right now?
I can't eat.
Okay.
I've lost a lot of weight.
You are very thin.
Yeah, it sucks.
You can't miss meals because you have a high metabolism.
I'm very high. And I love my food. Oh my gosh. So good.
I love to hear a girl say that. That's awesome. So tell me, so you want to be able to eat better.
Yeah.
Right now, what do you notice about the teeth that you have right now? So when you chew right now, it hurts?
Yeah, I can't. It's like impossible. Or one breaks or I'll swallow another one. It's just horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I can't smile. I can't nothing.
So is every time you go to eat, you're worried that is this the time it's another tooth's gonna break, or am I going to bite down and it's gonna hurt me?
Both.
Yeah.
So I just rather avoid eating until I'm dying.
Yeah, well, I can see it. You're tiny. So we want to make sure we give you not only that, but do you feel like your diet is limited?
Yeah.
You're picking more carbs versus maybe some of the vegetables and some of the proteins that you probably should be having.
Yeah.
And that's what I find with all my patients is they start to alter their diet. And when they start to alter their diet, their health changes. And when your health changes, it changes not only your environment and your social interactions, but it changes your emotions. And when you're not on a great diet, your emotions start to change. It's like it's a cascade. And so one thing leads to another, and their life whole change. And it's like they go back and say, it seems like when my teeth started to go bad, it's kind of my life just started to just become unbearable. You're very lucky because this isn't cheap, but you have someone that's helping you.
Yeah, it's my grandma. She's so sweet.
And I just wanted to recognize her because I met your grandma and she was very sweet.
She cares a lot.
I could see when she was talking about you, the love she has for you.
A lot.
And I think that's just pretty awesome. And so you've done something right in your life to earn her love and respect, and she's putting a lot into you.
I've definitely put her through the ringer.
Now, is she the one that raised you?
No, my dad did. But she helped a lot because my dad was a single father. So,
tell me about your social interactions right now. Do you feel like the teeth or your smiles kind of held you back in that area too?
Oh my gosh, I don't even go out anymore. I won't go hang out with friends. Nothing. I just stay home.
And that's hard, right? Because you are actually a very beautiful girl.
Thanks.
You really are.
But I don't feel it no more.
And it's sad because so you hold back, you physically hold yourself back. Do you feel like even when you're around people that maybe the way you act is more different too, that you feel like
yeah, I can't be myself, and it sucks. It really does.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Yes, I love it when people have boyfriend and girlfriends. That's awesome. Not for me. I'm happy. But I love it because one day I'm going to get a postcard in the mail, and it might be you and this handsome guy or gal. And
not a guy.
Guy, okay. You never know these days. It's all good. Love everyone. But that's exciting too because that's the juice to life. Like that, like to me, relationships. If you can help someone change the way they see themselves, and they change the way they feel about, the opportunities they have. And so when you walk into a restaurant or a bar and you see a guy, I want you to be able to feel like I can rock. I own this.
Got this.
You got this. I want that confidence, and I promise you, I will make this promise. That's how you're going to feel. These teeth are going to make you have that confidence that you can smile as high as you want, and have all the confidence that people are gonna go, wow, your teeth are so pretty.
I
They're
hope
so natural.
I can't wait.
Good.
I'm excited, but I'm nervous. But
What's the thought that comes through your head that's that makes you the most nervous? Like what thought keeps going through? Like, oh my gosh, what is it? What's the anxious thought? The fearful thought? What is it?
I don't know, that I might look worse than I already do. But I have faith in you guys, so.
Well, and I get that because you're putting a lot of trust in me and my team.
Yes.
More than like I never trusted anyone to that degree because I never had to go through this myself personally. But if I put myself in that spot, I totally get it. Totally. So how did you overcome that at least to get to this point? Like, is it the YouTube videos you watch to help you kind of get more comfortable with the surgeries? Or
yeah, just I felt like I got to know you in your YouTube videos, so that was good.
Good. Do you think I'm the same as on YouTube?
Huh?
Does it seem like I'm the same on and off camera?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's good. I'm intense either way. I love what I do. Okay.
And you really do, honestly, and you can tell.
Thank you.
You do have passion about your work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so how long have you? Okay, I got that. What made you decide? A lot of people tell me that they're really the biggest things that hold people back are fear of the dentist, pain. Are you afraid of that also?
Oh my gosh, I'm a crybaby.
Okay.
I am, Bob.
So do you know what we're going to do to try to help curb that as much as possible? The first thing I would say is that pain is a good thing because it tells you that you're alive. People that don't feel anything are dead.
I'd rather die than feel pain.
So there's going to be a little bit of pain, but here's the things that we're going to do it's very important for me to know that you know this. And that is you're going to start 3 days before and you're going to start on the antibiotics. Okay. We're going to give you a script. If you haven't already got it, we'll give it to you today. And then you're going to start taking the antibiotics. You're also going to start rinsing with the rinse. That basically is going to help clean up the environment as much as possible. Okay. It's called chlorhexidine gluconate. And so you're going to take antibiotics. You're going to have a rinse. And then the morning of the surgery, you're going to come in around 8:30. You have a lot of anxiety, right? So I'm going to actually prescribe some Valium to help you the night, a couple nights before, because you get a little anxious. Have you ever had Valium?
Yeah.
Okay, does it work okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do that just to help you so that I really do want you to, like the next couple days before surgery, I want you to be relaxed. The more your body is chill, the better it's going to respond in surgery. So we might do a couple days before and we'll probably do a couple days after too to kind of help with it, okay? Because pain isn't just physical, it's also emotional. When you're emotionally like charged, that sometimes can create the pain. Does that make sense?
It's your head, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be me, for sure.
Now we're doing general anesthesia on you, which means you're going to be completely out. That's awesome. A lot of patients out there will do surgery like this under IV sedation. IV sedation is where you put an IV in, you have drugs pushed, and you're lightly awake, meaning that you're kind of drifting in and out. But you, like if I wanted to wake you up, I could. Well, you don't want that. You want to be 100% asleep. But now all surgeries that you do, I always do under anesthesia because I really want the experience for you to be good.
Yeah, I do not want to wake up. Yeah. That would be so scary.
You won't, I promise.
Oh my gosh.
And so in the anesthesia fees are different than ours, right?
Yes.
They told you that. And so they'll collect that on the day of surgery. Usually the surgery goes 5 to 6 hours, could be. It could be less.
I'm going to be out that long.
So
a good old nap.
It'd be a nice nap. It depends how surgery goes. If I say it takes, a lot of times it will take only 3 or 4 hours. But the second I say that, I'll put more implants in, I'll do a tissue graft, and it's being longer. So if I go longer than that, just know that's because I'm actually doing more. If the doctor's like, some doctors are like, hey, I did that surgery in 2 hours. And my comment is like, I actually used to do that because I got really good. And I was like, oh, I'll just get a little more efficient. But now I'm looking like, okay, what can I do to make this even better? Like a big thing on you, when I was looking at your pictures here, is I was noticing that your tissue, your gums are really thin too. So something that I'm going to do in addition, and something that comes with the treatment, because the treatment comes with like, in the moment, I do whatever I have to, right? We put the codes together, but in the moment, I already know that I'm going to do a tissue graft. I'm going to take some tissue from their top, and I'm going to bring it down to the bottom and to thicken up this tissue.
Okay.
Because one of the biggest things that we have in all in four or implant dentistry in general is that the bone can be healthy, but if your gums, the gums are kind of like, think of it like the carpet that goes over the flooring. If that starts to get worn or rubbed on, it causes trauma to the bone, and the bone starts to go down. So we also want to, so we're going to thicken up the tissue around your lower implants. And that'll be good, not just today, but that will help for the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
Okay?
Is this me?
That's you.
Oh, how creepy.
Is that creepy?
Yeah.
I was going to put on a shirt for you. Just kidding.
Oh, heck no.
So this is really nice because in this picture, you can see kind of what we're dealing with here, because you're doing a really great job for the viewers to hide it. Like, you've trained yourself not to like smile a bit,
Yeah,
right?
no. Mm-mm.
Do you even know you're doing it?
No, it's habit now.
Kind of just have it. And now it's like, even if you like when I say smile, you don't even know how to. It's like, okay.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I was just noticing because the pictures. That's one thing I'll probably do the day of surgery. Right before we go into surgery, I'll take one more picture, and I'll force you to look as high as possible, just because that's the part of this. The important part is to know where to put everything. Your current smile is important to match up with your future smile. And so with your pictures, I would give you a solid B-, but I'm gonna make sure you get an A+ on the day.
Okay. I would probably be like an F. They're pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's why you're in my office, so don't feel bad about that at all. But let's look at this since you brought it up. So your CT here, a 3D CT, you can see, some of the struggles you've dealt with. You have lots of
Holes.
cavities and holes.
Why?
And it's like kind of like you're walking around with a kind of like having a grenade in your pocket. You don't know what's going to go off, right? The next big tooth's going to break.
Yeah.
Or it's going to cause you to
Last
take off
night,
time.
I was like struggling so bad. I couldn't sleep because of my front tooth.
Yeah. And and you look at also, you have, so there's really two areas we look at when we're diagnosing whether someone should go into all-on-4 versus just crown and bridge or single implants. And that is, there's the actual health of the teeth themselves. Your teeth have a lot of holes in them, right? Holes are called cavities, right? That's why we call them. But a cavity or a hole in the tooth is basically a soft spot. And when you said, I think genetically, I would agree that genetically you probably have more disposition towards having cavities. And, so you got the good looks, but your teeth are soft.
Yeah. My whole family has crap teeth. Like, I don't remember when I haven't had a cavity.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was always in and out of the dentist. Like, if I would have known this, like, when I was younger, I would have just took them all out. I would have done it then.
At the end of the day, like it's hard because you're so young. A lot of doctors that watch this might say, well, is taking all of our teeth out, can you save them? Some doctors,
No.
I get it, we were trained, and that's why when you went and talked to different people, we all have difference of opinion. And it doesn't make them wrong and me right. What it makes is that I think that you've done enough education of yourself to know what's right for you too.
Yeah.
By taking them out, I kind of really like this. Here's a really good analogy I've been using. And it's this, is that really, it's like if you have a house. You can remodel a house, or you can just basically demolition the house and rebuild a brand new house. If you remodel a house, what you're doing is you're building on top of a foundation that's existing, okay? That means you're basically clearing out some of the weak stuff, some of the, and then you're building into it. The problem with that is that sometimes you don't know truly the condition of what's below you. And we look at your teeth, we see a lot of decay here, a lot of cavities. And not only that, the bone itself, like the foundation here, we have infections up in the bone also. And so we know that the foundation is very rocky. And so alternatively, rather than remodeling what we have here and taking the risk, because you could spend $80,000 doing a rehab with lots of root canals and then lots of little single implants, or we say, okay, you know what? What's the advantage of doing all-on-4? All-on-4 is basically we demolition, take out all the teeth, and with it, we take the problems out. We're taking the decay out. We're taking all the bad stuff that's causing, because right now, it doesn't matter what antibiotic you're on. You can have an IV in your arm 24/7. It would never take care of what's there. Why? Because literally your teeth are holding the infection in. So now we remove the teeth, and now we can access the infection, get it out of the body, and now we can lay a new foundation down. I just got chills.
Yes.
I love that.
I'm excited.
So when we do that, one thing that I noticed also, and you'll see in your picture, is that you have, I think I have a picture here. One of the reasons why you're a good candidate too is because if we look here,
Ew.
you have what you notice is you have a very deep bite, right? Go ahead and bite down for me. So your top teeth pretty much cover your lower teeth altogether. Of all the all-in-fours that we do, you're actually one of the hardest type. And did you see my surgery from this last week on Facebook or YouTube?
I didn't.
So you can go and look and see the difference. She had a very deep bite, just like you. And Dara, she actually got her teeth yesterday. It was absolutely gorgeous. But if you look there, it's hard because we're not just basically remodeling. In other words, we don't want to keep everything the way it is. We actually also want to give your chin more space. Right now, you're really collapsed. Your top and your bottom, it's hiding it. Okay, so what we want to do is basically when we're gonna demolition, and then we're gonna rebuild and build it to here. Why? Because it's healthier for your jaw back here.
Oh my gosh, I get migraines and I think it's from my teeth.
Yeah.
So bad. Like, oh my gosh.
I'm a migraine guy too.
And like, I'll sit there and it hurts so bad right there. Oh my gosh.
And do you snore?
No.
Sometimes people snore too because they're so collapsed in the back of your throat. So that's good.
Maybe, I don't know.
But what it'll do though is it's going to give you a longer face, and that's a good thing. It'll give you more of a symmetrical face. And I think again, 22 years old, want to rock it. You have your whole life ahead of you. We're going to basically build it so that your lowers aren't so covered. We'll have just a little overlap, but we'll give you.
I just don't want a pointy chin. I just want a rounder chin. That's all I want.
Well, I don't deal with chins necessarily.
Well, I know, but the teeth.
You got it. I'm
You
thinking
know.
to myself, how could I do this? I want to solve problems here. But no, I'm really excited for you. Now, this was like us trying to get you smile as high as you can. But I know that the day of surgery, because you're going to go right in after, I'll probably get you smile higher than that. The difference between all-in-4 and some of the other treatments out there is we're not just replacing your teeth. This is not a tooth procedure. This is a smile procedure. So when I say smile equals teeth, gums, face. So when I do this, we're changing the teeth, the gums we build into it, and the face because we're going to actually lengthen it to give it a better symmetrical look. And sometimes we'll even widen it out here too when we look at it really closely. And so again, that's one of the things I'm really passionate about is, a really good all-in-4 doctor is going to almost see his job as kind of plastic surgeon in a sense, right? Because we're looking at the whole face as a whole. I mean, this area right here, I can control this. Well, not the chin. I can't do the chin.
Dang it.
I kind of want to do the chin.
I was
but
praying.
I leave that to my oral surgeon friends who are awesome. Sometimes they can do a little plasty there. I have some good friends that if you'd like to consider doing that, there's treatments out there, but not
I'm broke.
one of the things too that I think that you were talking about when you mentioned that you have, if you look at your chin, let's see if I can get a side profile here.
I think it's from my bite.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can find the profile here. Is it in here? Okay. Let's see over my profile. Yeah. Okay, let's look at that one.
Oh, from the side.
Okay. So when you have a side profile like this is where sometimes we can change the profile depending on where we put the teeth. If we notice here, your lower teeth, one of the reasons why your teeth, you don't have a lot of lip profile here is because your teeth are kind of being tilted back, right? So top teeth, and then they overlap and it makes them go back. So when we bring them down and forward, it's going to give you more lip support in the lower, which will help because I like your profile on the top. What do you think about the top profile?
I need bigger lips.
You want bigger lips? Well, it's the time to
Isn't
talk
that the
about
new
it.
thing?
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. Like right now, if we look at the side profile, we're definitely going to improve the lower for sure. And on the top, now
Can
that
you do higher cheekbones?
Yeah. We'll talk about that, but not really.
Dang it.
I forgot. Where's my pen? Do you have a pen? Did you give it to me? Probably lost it.
I've lost so much weight in my face. It's not even funny.
Okay, so let's look here. Tell me, is there a picture? I remember I gave you some homework. I give all my patients homework, and the homework is to help me get a better idea of what you like to see in a smile.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Yes.
Yeah, you're awesome. So all my patients, I like to where's the camera on? That one there.
Okay. I did. I had it on my old phone and then it crapped seriously like the day I came yesterday.
So something I like to do with all my patients is I like to give them homework, and the homework comes down to two things. One is medically, I like to have them prepared for this meeting here, and so we want to make sure they have their medical release, which means that they've gone to their primary physician and they've been checked out, that they're in good running order, so that they're not going to die on me in surgery and they're not going to not heal, and so it's a medical release. Second thing I ask for is blood work, and so they get blood work. I know I'm just a dentist, but I like blood work because I like to see the values to have an idea if there's anything. Sometimes different doctors have different ideas of health, and I have my own health idea too. And so if I see something that's a little off the chart, I might say, "Can we look at this a little closer?" But so that's medical and health. The second one is cosmetic, and so I tell people I want to get into your head. I want to get into your psyche because everybody has a different view on beauty, right? Some people think this person's ugly, and other people think that they're gorgeous, and so getting into your head is important. So wait, this is the one you
I
like?
love that.
Okay. Is this an actress or is this a model?
I don't know. Google's my
Okay.
best friend during this time.
Yeah, nice. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot this.
Share with us.
Okay,
Out there.
so when we're done here, I'm gonna have you shoot that to my email.
Okay.
But what I noticed about these teeth, go and smile. So I'm looking at your teeth. Okay, I'm looking at hers. So tell me what you like about that smile. If you can. If you can't, it's okay.
I don't know. I just like the I don't know. I just love it though.
Okay.
I don't have much description on why. And then I have a picture of what I don't want.
Okay.
And
So one of the things
I
that
do not want that.
Jessica Alba.
I don't know who it is, but I don't like
That's
it.
Jessica Alba. I love Jessica Alba.
Hey,
See,
show
this is
us-
why I
show
have
us-
these conversations.
Show us that picture there. What she wants.
So this is Jessica Alba's picture. She's actually, and so you don't like that one there. Okay, so let's define that one. What don't you like about those teeth there? And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I just want to know.
I think they're just long. I don't want
Okay, they're
long.
long. Yeah. So I noticed that when she's smiling there, you don't see the edge.
Yeah.
So you see the teeth, but you don't see the edge. And I
Yeah.
think that's important to notice. That's probably what you're picking up. What else?
I just do not like them.
Okay.
You can't see your bottom teeth either, at
Mhm.
all.
So you want to see your bottom teeth.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Good. That's what I want to give you.
It's not a smile if you can't,
Okay. So that first picture you showed me, one of the things that I noticed, I'm gonna write down here is that it seems to be that you like teeth that have more of a square shape, not as
Yeah.
rounded. Your teeth right now
Square.
have more of a rounder shape. They're longer. I mean, they're skinny and long. And the picture you showed me had more of a square and wider look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So am I
Awesome.
getting I'm on the right page here?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we want more square.
And then this is the one that I love. But I want my canine teeth to be a little sharper. Because I want imperfection. I don't want Hollywood.
Did you say that? What'd you say again?
I want imperfection.
Get the heck out of my office. Just kidding. I want to say something.
So it doesn't look fake.
Okay, so you want perfection, you just don't want to look fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody wants anything imperfect. And some people will say that, but I think what you're saying is I just want it to look natural.
Yes, there you go.
And just make sure you don't give me denture teeth, right?
Yeah, ew.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah, and so I noticed this one too. So more square.
Mm-hmm.
This one shows the edges of the gums, which is good. I like to show a little bit too.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I like that.
because sometimes people are on a different wave than me. And it's like, I can still get there, but those are the hard ones. They're really hard because I have to become someone different,
Yeah.
but it's your teeth. And so I'm really liking this because I think that she has really nice teeth too. I like these ones better than the last one. But now that I know that you like both these, that's great.
I like that one more.
Now tell me, you were talking about canines again?
Yeah,
You don't want to have the pointy canines.
I do.
You do.
I do.
Okay.
I think they're so cute for some reason.
These ones, it's like her right now, she has, her canines are very flat.
Yeah.
Do you like it like that, or do you want to see like the point?
I'm not sure. I think I kind of want to see a point, but I don't know.
How about this? In temporaries, I'm gonna make them with a point, Cool thing is this: when you wake up, when you come back the next day, we put them in. You'll be awake. You know that, right? You're not getting teeth the day of, right?
Yes, I know.
And was that hard because a lot of people want same day?
It wasn't that
Doctors say,
hard
how do you
because
get people to wait a day?
I'm gonna be out of it, so it's not gonna matter.
So one of the things with my patients is that I used to do it all the time where I would give same day teeth, and I realized somewhere along the line that it was serving me more than them. And if it was me and my wife, my kids, my people that I most care about in my life, I would want it done the next day. Meaning, because I literally can easily give people the teeth same day, but what I can't see is what it looks like when you smile, because you're asleep.
Oh.
You're numb, and all these on day one, you're not a great source of information. Meaning, if you smile, I can look at it and go, it looks good, but I'm going to fix something. And that's why on day one, you're going to be in surgery for, I'd say probably half the day. The other portion of the day, you're going to be in my office, just hanging out, sleeping pretty much. You're going to be like waking up, but we want you there because that we might still need to get an impression, or we might need to do something to make sure everything is ready so that on day two, we can deliver that smile.
Sweet.
So day two, this happened this last week also. It hasn't happened like this for a while, but I thought I got everything the day of surgery, but I missed one tiny detail out of like maybe 25 details. I convinced my assistant who knew better. I'm like, oh, I don't need that. I'm good. And I got home and I was trying to basically put the smile together. I realized that I made a mistake. And so I wasn't able to, so I had the patient come back first thing in the morning, and I got that, and then I was able to work. But so this is what I say is that Dr. Henrich is not always perfect. So day two, you're going to plan on being here all day. Okay. It may not be that you may only come in for an hour and get the teeth. But if it's possible, I need more data. I might need you here first thing in the morning and to hang out. You're going to be hanging out, chilling, and be like, is this like, you're part of the family?
Okay.
It's not, I hope it's not that way, but again, in the day, I want to pre-frame you that what we're trying to pull off is perfection, and perfection, I need a physical human being to be available.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you need time.
And time, exactly.
Most people just, throw you out the door and don't care what you look like,
The last smile, I was up till 3 a.m. working on it because
Oh
it was
my
so important to
gosh.
me. Some doctors, they just send it to a lab and let their lab guys deal with it. But like, again, she was a very challenging case, and I was concerned that it may not land on its feet. So I personally did all the designing myself, and then turned it over. But that's the kind of the dedication that I have. Like, it's been healthy at times, to be honest with you, but my patients love it because I really am invested. Like, I'll do what I have to make sure we just crush it.
Yeah, that's why I like you. You seriously love your job.
Yeah.
Seriously, you do.
It's, it's good. I love it too. It's like, I tell people, it's like, when I go to bat every day, I like to use analogies. If I step up to go to bat, I have to hit a home run every time. I can't, like the pressure is always high, right? But that's why, like, I'm good at what I do, because this is what I've been doing for years and years. I can't have a bad day. I can make a mistake, but I own it. But I have to always make sure that I hit the home run for each person. And so that's why you trust me, is because you've seen online, you've seen through YouTube that smile after smile, the patients get their dream smile. And that's what I'm doing for you.
Yeah, and then what I really like also is, like, I got told, like, on Christmas, you wanted everybody to have their smiles. And, like, that's pretty amazing. You guys stayed up for...
We were working.
and
Like, we were literally
you got really sick from it,
crazy.
too.
Yes. Yeah, I wasn't healthy, but I was so committed that I ended up working 18 hours a day, walked through December, trying to keep my commitments.
Yeah, that's crazy, because if I look at it from, like, another dentist, I don't think they'd be doing the same thing. I don't think they're that invested.
I think at the end of the day, it's just that they probably have a healthier lifestyle. But again, it's to each their own, right? A lot of people, they would rather do the fillings and the crowns, and it still is life-changing. It's just not as life-changing. Right?
Yeah.
So
you don't get to choose what you want.
We're talking about your smile here. So let's talk about shade. What kind of shade do you like? Do you want me to give you the same shade as you have right now?
No, heck no.
No. Are you okay if I put like a bleach shade in for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I kind of talked about that, like, last time with your assistant. So I would go a little lighter than a bleach tray, just like one lighter than a bleach tray.
Is she mic up? Is your mic on?
Yeah.
Your mic on? Okay, good. I didn't see it. It's probably right here.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, good. Awesome.
We did a good job here.
Oh,
We hired a micro.
She's hiding it well. Okay, so you're talking about to my assistant about bleach.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Oh, about bleach. What did I say? Oh, that I wanted a lighter one than the bleach tray. A lighter color than the bleach tray.
Lighter color than bleach tray.
Or whatever
Bleach
it
tray,
is.
You mean like the shade that they were showing you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
So
one
I'm
shade
gonna
lighter.
good. Well, so what I'll do is in temporaries, I don't have as many options because we don't like the shades come in like kind of like black, white, a little whiter. I'm just being facetious, but I mean, there's not as many options. But I'm gonna do is give you my lightest bleach shade, and I think you'll love it.
Okay.
Okay. And then in temporaries, you'll heal with that. I promise you'll love it. And then at the end, if you're like, you know what, I want to go lighter, then in the finals, it's really easy to go lighter. But I'm going to help guide you because that's one of the things I see a lot of patients do is they're really excited and they just tell, this is where my assistants can be. My assistants are great. They don't trust what people say. There's what people say and there's what people want. People say they want white, like they say, give me the whitest teeth you can give me.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
It
will
look fake. They want to have a nice light smile. But if we give you a bathtub teeth, you're not going to like it. Right? So I want to give you a lightness. But one thing I like is that when I look at your eyes, you have nice light eyes, beautiful eyes. And so we're going to look at the shades and what works with your skin color. And that's when we go to the second set, your final set, that's when you'll have had a chance to wear these temps. You'll continue to be a closet dentist because I know that's what you already are. You're always looking at people's smiles. Right? And you're going to do that during the screening phase.
It's so bad lately.
And when we sit down, it's like, it's possible that this design that we came up with in the first ones that you love now and you may like it when I show it to you, it's possible in 4 months you might come back and go, I wanted to actually go a different direction. It's possible. We don't know. And that's the cool thing. It's the law of contrast. It's like the whole thing with which dentist you pick. It's the law of contrast is that once you get familiar with one thing and then compare it to another, you get more confident in whatever one you like better, right?
Yeah.
So you try these teeth, you have your current teeth, and then we get clearer so that we go into our finals. Some of my patients will go straight from their temporaries right into their finals because they're so confident about how their first smile looked, they just want to get their teeth. And other patients, they'll go and do a try-in to see something different. That's why for me, I'm trying to get as far as I can with this first set. If I can knock it out of the park, it's like if I'm trying to score a touchdown, I guess I'm a sports guy. And I'm trying to score a touchdown, I want to drive to the 90-yard line on this first one. So that when we go to the second one, it's like something, a little tweak here, little sprinkles there, and then it's perfect. Got it?
Yeah. Okay,
cool. Okay, so we're going to go a lighter shade, more square. We're going to show a little bit of gums.
And I usually go really, really tan, so I might not want to go as white probably in the teeth because they're going to look already pretty white if I'm really tan in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that. So it'd look pretty funny.
I'm going to make sure they look awesome, but I love this is that you can see it here. The lights of her eyes are just gorgeous, have beautiful eyes.
Thanks.
Beautiful eyes. I like that you have a nice light eye. When someone tells me they want really, really white teeth, and I look at their eyes and they're kind of dark, I'm like, I don't know if you can pull that off. Like it's my eyes, they're not super light. I wish I had your eyes. The reason why is because I don't sleep a lot. I have bad allergies too, but my eyes aren't as light. And so for me, when we did veneers on me, I didn't go away light because I didn't want it to be unnatural. But you have an advantage on that. So we'll make sure I'll guide you with that, okay?
Okay, sweet.
As far as the day of surgery, do you have any questions about how the day is going to work? As far as timing, anything like that? You went through a bunch of consents. They probably scared your life down. Tell me what questions you have there because that's legit. Like I get it. We made you sign some stuff that probably terrified you.
Oh my gosh,
what
all
scared
of
you
it.
the most?
Like I didn't understand half of it because it's all in like dental
And
lingo.
You have Dr. H right here. I'm happy to explain anything to you. I'll preface this that I've never been sued. Okay, I've never been sued. I've never had any permanent damage to someone's mouth, teeth, or anything. Like I've never been sued because I haven't done that. A lot of it's because I do so much preparation that I know where things are at.
Yeah.
So even though I say that, and if I did malpractice, it wouldn't matter if you signed a consent or not. You get sued because you didn't practice right. So just so you know that you are protected. The things that are more important to me are like as far as understanding the timeline. Okay, so if I was to ask, like, what are the things that people get the most upset with us? Again, if I fell, why do I fail? Communication, right?
Communication.
So I'm just gonna go over you just a few of the things that are in there that patients get mad at me for.
Okay.
And you can ask questions about it.
Okay.
And a lot of times they forget that we had these conversations, but I'm trying to get as clear as I possibly can with patients. Number one, are these teeth gonna last forever? So I cannot say they're gonna last forever. It's an ethical and moral for me to say that, I want them to. What we are using, the type of teeth that you picked, zirconia bridge is the strongest material that we have in dentistry. So you picked the strongest, that's awesome. Will the bridge last forever? It should. What could cause it to break? I honestly don't know. The way that, like, if you got into like a really horrible car accident or hit by something, if you hit it just right, possibly it could crack.
I doubt
Okay,
it. Those things are freaking
yes,
sturdy.
They're. I mean, you can feel it. You've got it before, right? They're built like Fort Knox. They look gorgeous, but at the end of the day, I can't control what happens if the blow.
Yeah.
The bigger problem is this: is that your implants are inside your body, and so your body is something I can't control. And this is where you have to begin. You're 22 years old right now, and you're still kind of growing up, and you're learning about, like, I feel like I'm having like a bad discussion here. You're growing up, you're discovering your body. No, but meaning that you have a long life to live. And here's my concern: is that you have to treat this investment, because it is an investment, to take good care of it. So what I'm going by that is that you need to make sure that you are cleaning it daily. Okay. How do you clean it? You're cleaning it with a water pick.
Yep.
Okay. With a toothbrush. And then you're coming back. It doesn't have to be my office. So like that you're having at least twice a year, you want to go and have a cleaning. Okay. Why? Not because we want your money. Trust me. If anyone knows me, I hate hygiene. Like, I don't, I do it because it's ethically and morally right, not because it's a profit center for me. I honestly, if Felipe wasn't here and helping me with this, I mean, it would be horrible. But so here's the thing: but you do need to know that you have to have them clean. Why? Anything that stays in the mouth is going to start to attract stuff on it, right? And even if you're a really great cleaner, there's areas that you may not be aware of that you can get food down in there. And if something gets there and it's not cleaned out, it becomes an irritant. An irritant becomes inflamed. Inflamed means swollen. Swelling is basically when the body's trying to figure out what's going on. It has a problem. Well, when that body's sending all this blood and all these things, it's chemicals. Those chemicals cause the bone to actually die. And so what would cause the implants to die or be lost would start as simple as like not using a water pick for a couple of days because you broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Just kidding. But let's say something like that. You don't water pick, and then you forget to go to that first cleaning because you know what? Cancun was more important. Okay, I'm just painting a picture. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you're 3 years out. You've never been to a cleaning. Well, that little tiny irritant was simple has become this big problem now where you have to go in, have the device removed, and do tissue grafting, maybe bone grafting, for us to get back to a place where you're going to be healthy.
Oh my gosh.
So the biggest thing you do is to stay consistent. So consistent cleaning and consistent going to your cleanings. We call maintenance visits in our office. They're not just cleaning your teeth. They're also looking at the screws, making sure the screws are tight. They're looking at your bite, checking your night guard. They're basically looking at all these things, and they're tracking important things like, what does your gum look like? Because you can't see it. You can't like look inside your mouth, right? But you need to go to somewhere like you don't pay me because I have DDS behind my name. You pay me because I have a different perspective. I can see things that you don't see. One, because I've gone to school and training, but two, because literally I have a perspective that's out of the mouth that you don't have. So having someone, even if it's not me looking in the mouth, looking and saying, you know what, right there, she's not doing a great job cleaning. And then I'm going to grab her hand. I'm going to say right here, and I'm going to point it right there. I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to print it to you and say, you've got to clean this. Don't be dumb, right? I want this to last forever. So it's like this. It's a guidance and mentoring that I think is most valuable. And so let's say you decide to go somewhere else to have your cleanings done. That's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings at all. Truthfully, like I said, I'm not passionate about cleaning. I do it because it's the right thing. But if you do, you just want to make sure they do a good job. You don't have to have the device removed. every cleaning. I actually try not to take the device out unless we have to. Why? Because the screws going in and out, they start to wear. And then if you take them in and out too much when that's not needed, it can cause you to have to replace the screws that go in. Not the screw that goes into your jaw. We're talking the screw that attaches the device into the implant, okay? And so I don't recommend it. If you say, do you want to take it out? If needed. You don't want to take it out if it's needed. And how would you know? You're looking at the gums. When we take an x-ray, we're looking at the bone. And does the bone look healthy? Does it look the same as it did before? Okay? And it's really, what cleanings are doing is it's comparing last time to this time. Meaning, like, if we look at the gums, they look the same, good. If we look at the bone, it looks the same, awesome. And if every time you come in, it looks good, 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 yes, then your implants will last the rest of your life. I'm going to put implants in that are huge. That's one thing that you get. If I charge by how long the implants were, my price would be a lot higher than else because my implants are a lot longer. Why is that good? We'll have more to anchor to. The implants I put in are like super long, and so they'll attach. But what's nice about that is that you have more stability, so we'll know if something's happening. That's good for you at 22 years old. We're giving you the best anchors possible. But you do need to go into those cleanings because it's not going to go from good to bad in 6 months, but it's going to go from good to, you know what? I'm going to give you a B- today. You got to clean better. I'm going to write this down here. If not, you're buying me dinner next time, right? I joke about this, but I give my patients kind of a hard time because at the end of the day, people ask me, is this going to last forever? And I tell people,
it depends on you.
I promise you, I will do my part. You got to promise you to do your part. It's like putting a ring on, and you have to do it. You have to it's the hard work of the relationships. It's like marriage. You have to work at it. You have to work at being a patient. Okay, was that clear?
Very clear.
Okay, so that's something people think that the cleanings, as far as pricing on cleanings, that's something people are like, oh, I didn't know. So we disclose that in our consent, so you know that. We looked around at all the prices that people have, and we're actually for our patients. So if someone calls and wants a cleaning outside, we'll say, hell no. The cleanings we're going to be. But we know that our prices are below the standard average because I want you to come in. Okay, I want you to come in. And so we don't try not to make them more expensive, but everything is expensive, right? Meaning that no matter what price they put out there, probably gonna go, gosh, I really don't want, no one wants to spend money for cleanings. I don't want to do the cleanings. I don't want my staff to do the cleanings, truthfully. But it's what we have to do to keep things healthy, okay?
Yeah.
All right, what's another thing? Spit it out. What's other things people get mad about with this? Repairs. Okay, so in temporaries, and so you're gonna heal for about 4 months. If you do things right, you'll wear temporaries for 4 months, okay? In that time,
what is a temporary and what is? I don't know any of that.
Okay, so a temporary means that it's teeth, but they're not the final teeth. They're teeth that look gorgeous. Most of the pictures you see, like the picture that you'll see on Facebook, the one I did earlier this week, you know, and everyone's saying on Facebook how great it looks, how awesome it is. It's temporary, meaning that it's a temporary material. It's not the final material. You'd say, well, why don't you put in the final? Because we want it to heal up. We want the tissue to go to where it's supposed to be. Some people will have me do this whole smile really quickly in like 14 days, 10 days. And those people, I tell like, it's not a bad way to go, but they're understanding that if there are 2 changes, that they're gonna have to pay to have that device changed, add more stuff to it. Oh. And so you can have the final done, but I recommend, especially on someone like you, I would never do that with you. Why? Because I know you want perfection. I can see it. You need to have 4 months to heal, to get clear about what you want. Because if I went straight to it, it'll overwhelm you and you will make a decision based off of stress and fear. And I don't want to do that to you. So I want to give you time to get clear.
And I think that's really cool because then you can decide if you like it or not, or if you want to change.
So there's a couple of offices here locally and nationally that do final teeth in 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
And here's my only knock on that. Like, I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying that it can't be done right. What I'm saying is that my question would be, what if they don't like the smile? Then what? Because again, I'm trying to get to know you. I met you just a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you like. I don't know. So to me, it's like you're taking a big risk that you can knock it out of the park. I like to have 2 tries. I'm going to give it 1 shot. I'm going to swing. I know I'm going to connect. I think I can get 90 yards. But if 100 yards is the goal, the second time I kick it and we're going to go straight to the touchdown.
Sweet.
Right there, I combined baseball and football together. That was awesome. So, is that clear? Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
No, I know football really
You know
good.
football good?
Yes.
You're also an electrician.
Yes.
People wouldn't know that either. Don't you electrician?
Electrician.
Well, yeah, I don't have my license, but I work with my grandpa.
That's awesome.
He has his own company. It's really hard. It's stressful.
You need to love on your grandpa all the time.
Oh gosh,
My
he likes to
was
shock
an
me.
electrician too, so we share that in common. My
Really?
grandpa was an electrician. I grew up doing little odd jobs with him. We go places and we do electrical. Some of the greatest memories I have were being next to my grandpa. He taught me a lot of the things I still use today. Measured twice, 3 or 4 or 5 times, cut once. You never can put a wire back on, right?
No.
You gotta make sure you measure it right. And as far as being honest with people, being nice, like my grandpa was like that. But I'm telling you, one day I woke up and my grandpa wasn't there. And he was perfectly healthy until gone.
Same.
So my advice to you would be like, because he was my hero. I like cherish his memories. I will get emotional just talking about this, but just take advantage of it because you don't know if tomorrow I'll be there.
You
None of us
make
know
me
that.
cry.
I know, but like I also want to honor my grandpa because a lot of who I am is because of him. Him, my dad, my mom, like those people like really built me from scratch. And it's doing what's right, but it's also like it's the quality of work you give. My grandpa used to always say, you can buy it over and over again, or you can take the time, do the homework, buy it right the first time, and then it lasts. And that's what I want to do for you is I want to take the time, get it right, and then let it last. So
Thanks.
got me emotional too.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna make me cry.
Oh, I'm gonna make you cry for sure. Just not cry today. You ready for me?
Yep.
Is it really critical?
I mean, we have somebody here for you.
Oh man, I like this. Okay. Can Felipe go?
Yeah.
All right, switch to Felipe. Go check it out. All right, so I got a couple other questions for you. All right, so I wanted to just cover a couple of things. Other things that make people mad at me. Again, things that are inconsents that maybe I just want to just verbalize it. And I don't say people are mad at me all the time, but I mean, it's the things that are unclear. So in the temporaries, when you're healing, it's really important that you are on a soft, when I say soft diet, near liquid diet. I'm not saying liquid, I'm saying you can't be chewing or tearing you're not, like this is strictly for cosmetics. We're literally putting implants into your bone and then giving you teeth because we care and we want you to feel safe and feel comfortable. But this is not about you chewing and eating. I just want you to survive. I don't want you, like, you're going to get hungry and you're going to want to eat like those things. And the truth is you may feel like you can, but you can do so much damage by chewing and you don't know it. It's not like outside when you have a wound or something like that, you can feel when you're overdoing it. In the mouth, when it's under this bone, I've had patients that look like they have no pain and they've destroyed their implants. So don't use that as a factor of like,
Oh, it doesn't
okay.
hurt.
Okay. So that's number one is that you have to be on a completely soft diet. Nothing, no tearing, no chewing. Pastas, mashed potatoes, protein shakes are good, but pizza, chicken, like the all-American diet, no.
For how long?
So for 4 months.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, 4 months.
I love ice cream.
4 months, and then you get the rest of your life to enjoy it. Okay? So that's my thing is that if you can just sacrifice for 4 months, then I promise I'll give you back the ability to chew and eat for the rest of your life.
Sweet.
But here's the saddest story. If you don't do it and you have an implant fail, it's on you. I mean, like if we have an implant fail, it's on you. I'm still gonna help you, but you'll have to pay more to have that replaced. Okay? Now, here's the cool thing. I'm not gonna charge you 100% of the fee like some doctors do. I have a heart. But I want it to be evenly yoked. So I actually pick up 75% of that fee and you pay 25%. Why do I do that? Because if it's not, it's not. Early on in my career, I was very naive and I thought, well, everyone's going to try to be on a soft diet. And then I realized that some people just they don't respect that. So it has to hurt both of us if we have an implant not fail or implant not take. So that help you stay on a soft diet. You don't want to have to come for money. You don't have to go to your grandma and ask for more money.
No.
So stay safe. Don't rationalize it. Don't minimize what we're trying to tell you. I know you're going to be miserable, and every time you come in and see me, you're like, I hate you. I want to eat my hamburger. I'm like, it's okay. Hopefully by then we're hugging each other. By then COVID's gone. But at the end of the day, like it's so critical. If you do put too much pressure on the temporary, it can break. If it breaks, it's on you too. Okay. Now, here's the thing that you can do. Some people really are stressed about money. They don't want to take any chance of having to pay more. I get that. There's some things that we can do to minimize that. You could wait to get your temporaries. Like if you were like grinding, I noticed in your thing, you don't seem like you're grinding time. I see you clench a little bit, but let's say you were a really bad grinder. I would give you the option to wait to have the lowers put in. You could literally take the top tooth out, bottom tooth out, do everything, get the temporary ready to put them out, and say, we'll see you in 4 months. And you walk away with the top, but the bottom's not put in. Seems kind of dramatic, but here's the thing is if you are a clencher, grinder, and you're either going to destroy the implants or break the device, either one's going to put you at risk. And so I tell people that are in that category, if that's the case, you can choose to wait. You're still going to get the temporaries, but you just wait till the implants are integrated. Then you put it in. And you'll have a temporary device for just a shorter period of time. Okay? Do you want to do that?
Maybe,
Maybe?
okay.
So
Honestly.
think about it. Think about it. You have a couple, you have until Tuesday to figure it out. Either way, I'm going to make the device. It'll be done. I'll even give it to you if you want. You could have it.
Can you put it in yourself?
No, you can't.
Oh.
But that's what I'm saying is like you can tell me if you'd rather take no risk, because if that's the case, then you can't. When you don't have to take the lower, then you can't be pushing it together, and it's going to heal.
Yeah.
Your chance of success is much higher. So you can think about that, but that's why I've done this so much. I don't want you to have a failed implant.
I don't either.
I don't want you to call me saying, "Gosh," and our temporaries, they're they're all one piece. It's not like they're cheap. They're not like stuff that breaks. So if one breaks, we know that like you're putting a lot of force on it, and that can happen at night, or it can happen when you're on a diet. When you're like on a bad diet. And so again, we can talk about your options when you come in on Monday morning, and even up until like Tuesday. I mean, you just tell me if we want to put it in or not. Once for about 10 days, there's an opportunity where you can come back and change your mind if you want. Make it put it in. After that, it's like a cake in the oven. We don't want to touch anything for 4 months, because it's like if you're moving a cake inside the oven, it falls. That's how implants are. You got to let them heal, and then you can start to play them again. Okay. Makes sense?
Well, what if can I have them until my birthday? Because my birthday is on the 24th, and then you can take them out.
4th.
Yeah.
And then take them out. That's what's
For
the
this one?
Yeah, you could. No, we'll talk about that.
Well, because my birthday is the 24th, so I want to wait until.
We'll talk more about this on Tuesday, and I'll give you a
Okay.
chance to think about it. I think you're probably going to be okay, but we'll look at it and we'll figure it out. But either way, we'll have it ready on Tuesday, and you can tell me what you want to do.
Okay. Sounds good.
Other things that are frequently asked questions, but not at this point. It's always after. That would be what things, Christina? Frequently. Pain. We talked about that. Oh, we could talk about it. Pain is one of those things where I'm telling my patients, most people are going to come back and the pain's going to be between 1 and 3 out of 10. Pretty good. If you had a history of any lots of drugs, whether it be illicit or whether it be like prescribed drugs, doesn't matter. If you have a lot of medication in your body, it can cause the receptors not to work quite as well. And that might be in your case. I was looking over your medical history a little bit and stuff. And so that's where it's so important that you stay on the regimen that we've given you. We're going to help with the Valium also. But ibuprofen and Tylenol every 4 hours. We'll prescribe, in addition to that, a narcotic. Most people don't need it. You may. If you do and you have a primary physician that is helping you with other things, just make sure you're being open with it. That makes sense. So it's like they don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah,
but
I just
reality
went
is if
to
we're all
him.
working together as a team, we do great. But the biggest mistake people make and where they start to have pain is, one, they don't do the simple thing of taking medication every 4 hours. It's not every 8, it's every 4. Okay, we do a low dose of ibuprofen, low dose of Tylenol. And then if you need something in addition to that, we have a script for that. You take that as needed.
Okay.
Has no Tylenol in it, so it's completely independent. Okay, but on top of that, during surgery, we're actually going to take blood from your vein, and we're going to actually take the white blood cells, the leukocytes, the healers. It's like taking the medical healers of your body. We're going to put that into the sites to make it so you have less swelling, less pain also.
That's awesome.
Okay, so that's really cool.
Because I swell like a mother.
Awesome.
Like bad.
Awesome. With a little gal like you. So we'll do everything you can. Hopefully I can make it less than what you expect.
I just don't want black eyes.
Okay.
My sister got
a
them.
couple raccoons in my office.
It's possible.
Yeah. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Okay, as far as the pain, keep your head elevated night after surgery. You cannot lay flat. You can't lay on your side. Okay. There's a video that I did just a week ago. It's got a lot of views in just a week. I was just driving in to work, and I was just like, I'm just going to do this video. And it talks about all the things you should do right after surgery to make sure things heal. If you watch that video, but one of the things I talk about is keeping your head elevated. If you lay flat, gravity is going to pull the blood into your cheeks and your face, and then it's hard to get rid of it. I mean, it takes one night to get swelled, and it takes a week to be able to get it to go away. So, and that when you are swollen, that's where the pain comes from, and you look bad. And on top of it, you have high risk of infection. So keep your head elevated, take your medications, then you're going to ice every 20 minutes when you're awake, and you're just going to relax. And you're going to do that for the first 3 days, keeping your head elevated. And I know everyone complains, like, I can't sleep. I recommend sleeping in a recliner, okay? It forces you to stay up. If you have one, use it. If you're going to take the risk of sleeping in your bed, then you need to put like 15 pillows behind you.
Yeah, I don't want no infection.
With an old sheet, not a new one, because you're probably going to dribble a little blood. That's normal.
Okay. Good to know.
Day of surgery, you're going to bleed a little bit. Sometimes people even bleed the day after surgery. It doesn't concern me. It's the way the body's just kind of getting rid of all that stuff. Okay. Questions on that? Okay. Other things that people, implants, devices we talked about in healing. What other things, Christina?
Communication.
What is that?
Communication.
Communication as far as what?
We got that one.
It's just office communication. If you're gonna be late.
Oh, so we had this come in the last month and a half. And it's with young people. I don't know if it's young people. Like I said now, because I'm almost 40. But just be on time. If you're going to be, we're going to confirm our appointments 3 days ahead. Okay, to make sure, because I'm only one man. I don't have this huge office with lots of doctors, meaning that I don't want to schedule 4 hours with you and then you not show up. So we will confirm our appointments 3 days ahead. We'll actually start 5 days ahead to make sure that we'll send a text out. And then it's your responsibility just to basically send a text back. You can tell us how you want, like, what's your love language. If it's texting, we'll text you. If it's email, we'll email you. If it's on the phone, you actually want a physical person on the phone, which I get it. I'm the same way. If you want that, then we'll call you. But let us know how you want us to love on you and communicate with you. But then here's the thing. It's a two-way street. If we leave a message, you got to call us back. If we text you, you got to text us back. If we email you, you got to email us back.
I'm really good at texting back.
Okay, I figured. So you want to confirm your text and just say, yes, I'm planning on it. I'll see you then. In that text, it may ask if you have any questions. Everything that you text to us will be stored too. You may not want to say that Dr. Henrich is a jerk. No, you're not gonna say that. But what I would say is this: is that just so you know, like if we text you something, it's a part of your record too. So you can actually ask for it and say, I know that they said 3 o'clock. Like that's why I like the text, because we have a record of it.
Yeah, okay? That's good.
So just make sure the biggest thing is confirming. If we don't get a text back or a call, then we'll cancel your appointment because we haven't heard from you. Again, I'm only one man. I don't see a lot of patients, so I'm putting so much faith in my patients that they're going to let me know if they're not going to come in. Okay. So, other questions? Was that clear? Mm-hmm. Other than that, I think as I look at your case, what's going to be a challenge here's a challenge I think we're going to be with you. One is just making sure we're having this communication well enough that you understand what I'm saying. If I talk too fast or get excited, you say, shut up, slow down.
It's okay, you can say it. That's a lot.
And Christina, she's great, and my other assistants, they know this. They may see that you're not understanding something. When I walk up, like, what the hell was he talking about? Right? and that's okay. You can ask them questions too. But we're going to make sure we communicate well. When we get to the point where we're going to get into your second device, your final device, then we're going to want to get really clear about communication as far as what wants to in your spine. Trust me on this first one. I got you. I'm going to make sure you look like a rock star. At least a rock star that I see in my mind. Okay. It'll be good enough that you're going to be happy on your birthday. You're going to be like, oh, it's awesome. But don't stress if it's not perfect. That's the other part.
That's fine.
If we only drive 90 yards in our first one, that's still pretty good, right? It may not be perfect. It just might be that, like, I'm a chocolate guy and you're vanilla. And at the end of the day, I can do vanilla. I just got to know if that's what you want, So don't stress about that. Staying on the soft diet. The other thing I tell people too is you're getting help by your grandma. And I think it's awesome. one of the worries that we have in when anyone makes an investment, but they're not actually like you're so blessed because you're being gifted this, right? So making sure own it, that it's like this is the life of like a chance of a lifetime. Like be careful with it. I've had a couple patients in the past where it was like they got this inheritance and they came in and they didn't appreciate it and they didn't take care of it, and then the implants failed.
Oh my gosh.
And it left like this feeling. It's like, oh man, when someone isn't like sweating and they haven't worked real hard at it, like just think about your grandma and how much like you don't want to like just take good care of it.
Yeah, no, I will. I have to
Okay.
pay her back anyway, so it's okay.
You do?
I do.
Oh, that's awesome. Now I like you more.
I have to work for it.
Good. That's great. I think that's awesome. I'm the same with my kids. So good. That actually makes me feel better because you'll value it more when you feel like you had to do something for it. So that's cool. I'm gonna give your grandma a hug now. Probably can't because of COVID, but
Oh yeah.
I'll get there one day. Other questions? Anything else that I think that? Okay, so we'll see you Monday. Make sure that grandma knows that you're going to be in our office all day. We'll give her a call. I like if she can. Where does she live? They're in Heber, so it's like an hour away. It might be good for grandma to. I might recommend you guys actually just getting a hotel, from day 1 to 2, so she can go back and just relax there versus going all the way back up there. Might be worth it. It's up to you guys, but to make it less stressful for her.
Yeah, because my grandpa's drives. He's downstairs in the truck right now, and I think he's like 80 almost, or like 80 something.
So maybe you might
So it's
want to
really hard
suggest
on
that
him.
the Hampton across the street, we get a discount, a significant discount because we send all our patients there. If you want to get the code or whatever to get a good deal, you can at least run it by them, see if it might make it less stressful for them. But all day on Monday and then on Tuesday, plan on being here all day. Probably not likely going to happen, but just in case. Okay. But remember, I need you for at least 2 days to make sure that I knock it out of the park.
Okay.
In the worst case scenario, if like all hell breaks loose like last week, meaning that like the plan to come together and I need one extra thing, it would be Wednesday morning to get your teeth.
Okay.
So don't get super mad at me if it's like, I want to make it perfect, but I need it Wednesday.
That's fine.
I'm going to change your life, I promise.
I'm very understanding. It's good.
Okay. All right. Everything right now is about like fast. And I'm like, I'm giving you like the most amazing smell. Like, just chill. Give me a little more time. So, all right. Well, I appreciate it. Do you have any other questions for me?
I don't.
Okay. So Monday I'll see you, and we'll do a follow-up YouTube video later on, and we'll talk about all this anxiety that you had and how it worked out. Sound good?
Okay. Yes.
Anything you want to say to the viewers?
No, I'm
Like,
good.
get me off this camera.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Thank you.
so nervous.
Okay.
I hear somebody's like phone, but I don't know where it is.